What's up, guys? It's time for another Big Brother review. Now some changes have been made. I did make a lot of changes today. Um, so one thing I wanted to tell you guys is that I finally am verified on YouTube. So I am a YouTuber now. With that, I didn't want my YouTube name to be my first and last name, so I ended up changing it. It is now BBRG, and what that stands for is a Big Brother Review God. Shout out to whom led me to that, which was another YouTuber whose name is MMG, which is Mad and Mobile God. So I just kind of piggybacked off his name and went with Big Brother Review God. So I'm sorry I didn't do a review for episode 4. So I'm just going to recap what happened in episode 4 and then go on to episode 5. In episode 4, so they picked players for the veto competition. It was Jack, Christy, Nicole, Catherine, Cliff, and Sam. Sam ended up winning the competition. And then he basically told Christy that he was going to take Cliff off the block. So then Christy had to put up another replacement nominee, and that replacement was Ovi. You had to kind of know what episode 4 was talking about before I reviewed episode 5, and I wouldn't been able to live with myself if I hadn't done that, because I wouldn't be mad, or I wouldn't be the review god. Okay, so as it was promised, this is now going into episode. Okay, so never mind. Christy put Ovi up on the block, and then comes episode 5, which is yesterday's episode of Big Brother. So a new twist was put on the house. Julie hinted at it at the beginning, but it wasn't. She didn't tell us all of what was happening. So, she just basically gave us a little bit of what the twist was. So that was just the intro into the Big Brother episode yesterday. Now getting into some of the stuff that happened during the episode. The first thing that after she talks about the twist, she introduces what's coming up next, and it's Ovi being blindsided at the veto ceremony. He thought he was in an alliance with Christy, Jack, Jackson, which is now called Mickey. So Christy, Jack, Mickey, and Nick, I believe. So he didn't think that he was going up. And actually, neither did Jack or Mickey. They thought that Kimmy was going up on the block. So, after that veto ceremony, Christy talked to Catherine and said that she is the pawn, Ovi's the target, and there's nothing to worry about. But she told Catherine that she was gonna have the same talk with Ovi, tell him that he's not the target, so that he thinks that he has no worries. They both won't have any worries. But in actuality, Ovi is the target. Ovi is the main target for Christy. But she says that she doesn't know who's going to go home this week. It's up to the members of her alliance and the members that are not inside her alliance. So after she talks to both of them, she says both of them are pawns. And when she was talking to Ovi, Christy told Ovi that she was shocked that Sam used the veto on Cliff, even though that's a complete lie, because in episode 4, which I didn't cover, I'm sorry again, Sam goes to Christy and tells her that he was going to take off Cliff anyway. So that's a complete lie that Christy told Ovi. So this next part is probably the funniest thing I've ever seen on Big Brother ever. So before the nomination ceremony, or before the veto ceremony and the veto, Catherine goes around to every room in the house and says, basically to any group of people that was in that room, she asked this question: "Are you bitches conspiring against me?" That is hilarious. She meant it completely as a joke. No harm to anybody. But I thought it was the most funniest thing ever. And everybody thinks that it was the stupidest thing ever, but I think it's funny. I think it's clever. Because she's trying to fit herself in to the whole entire house, which is probably not going to work. And also, Ovi was also trying to campaign at the same time, just in a different strategy, a different way. I think this is the best episode ever because of what happened with what happened with Catherine, and then what I'm about to tell you with Ovi. Ovi was going from player to player in a private setting and basically trying to campaign to stay. Now, only one person has done this in the history of Big Brother, and it didn't work out. He got evicted. That eviction. He goes to everybody, and then once that really doesn't work, he doesn't think that it's going to work anyway. So he did something big. He did something that only two people have done in the history of the twist of Big Brother, of the powers. So, and that was, both of them were in the same season. Sam told Tyler about her power last season, and also, what is her name? Haley told the entire house about her power app. So, Ovi goes and tells Mickey and Jack about the his power app, and I think I would have done the same thing if I was in Ovi's shoes, because if I'm Ovi, I'm thinking that I don't have the votes. I would think that I wouldn't have the votes because I'm kind of suspicious of this 8-person alliance that I was hearing about. So I'm kind of still suspicious. So I think that's a good move on his part to tell Mickey and Jack about his power app, or not power app, about his secret power. So yeah, it worked on Mickey, but it doesn't work on Jack. Jack is still skeptical about. He still wants Ovi out of the house. He wants Catherine to stay, so the only other option is to vote out Ovi. So, But Mickey thinks it's a great strategy moving forward. He's thinking ahead, and I think that's the best idea, to think ahead and to not worry about or to worry about next week. And I think Jack is kind of delusional right now because he's looking at the present and not the future. And really, anybody in that alliance, he's thinking that he has his alliance to back him up. But I think that Christy has more control over the Grateful Alliance than Jack does. And Christy wants Jack out because she thinks that he is running the alliance. But she, in actuality, is running that alliance. And Jack should watch his back, in my opinion. Then next comes the eviction ceremony. So it's between Catherine and Ovi for eviction. And the vote comes down to a unanimous vote. Ovi is evicted. But there is the twist that I was talking about at the beginning of this video. So the first 4 house guests don't go home. They actually get to stay in the Big Brother house, what's in a room that's what's called, I forgot what it was called. I think it was called BB Camping or something. And basically, the first 4 house guests still get to listen on the house guests, basically. So it's basically kind of like the jury house pre-jury. But the first 4 people evicted go into that room in the house, which is right next to the HOH bedroom. It's where the power apps were done. It's where in BB19 it was the punishment room. It's always been a have-not room, and it's always been in earlier Big Brother. It was Pandora's box. That's where Pandora's box was located. Right next to the BB bedroom. Sorry, that's hard to say. So the first 4 get to stay in the house. And I think, in my opinion, I don't know what they do. Somebody was telling me that the house guests that are not voted out, that are still in the house, get to vote to see which one of the 4 they want back in the house. I heard also that there might be a competition of the first 4 to come back in the house and just play in that way. But I really don't know. But it's Ovi and David right now in the BB camp, whatever it is. They cannot play in any competitions. They cannot play, and they cannot be playing any competitions, and they cannot be nominated for eviction, and they cannot vote for the evictions until they get back, or one of them gets back in the house. So the BB competition, the BBHOH competition this week was 4th of July themed, since today is the 4th of July. So it's America's birthday. Happy birthday, America. I should be wearing all red, white, and blue for this video, but I'm not. So I'm kind of wearing dark colors, which is kind of sad. So the head of household was, the head of household competition was BB firework. So there was a bunch of, they were watching a video, and it was the little turning dial thing on the columns. You guys know what I'm talking about if you ever watched Big Brother. So it was that kind of competition, which I didn't think that this head of household would have won that competition if I were to pick who won the head of household. I thought that maybe like Nicole would have won it. Not Christy. Christy wasn't even in it. Jessica could have won it. Holly could have won it. Bella could have won it. But a person that ended up winning it was Jack. And Jack is not the person that I thought would have won it. He's really good at the physical competitions, not much of the mental. So congrats to Jack. He's my new favorite to win the whole game. I will go through all of the remaining house guests. When it comes time, like halfway through the season, maybe the 8th or 9th person evicted, I'll do that. I'll reevaluate who's left in the house and how they think they'll finish. Look back on episode 1 of this season, so season 21, episode 1 review. To look to see what my original people were, and I'll link that down below, along with what was I gonna link down below? I forgot what I was gonna link down below now. Just look in the description for all the links that I send out. Usually it's about Big Brother. Oh, I was gonna tell you, all of this review sheet that I'm looking at, sorry for my handwriting, is based off of my favorite reviewer, of Big Brother on YouTube, and their YouTube name is Madrosed, which is a name of their names combined. It's a mother and daughter reviewers. So, and they are really good. So I'm gonna link their channel down below. Please go to subscribe to them and like their videos and turn on their post notifications and all of that, because they are a really good YouTuber. And I'm also gonna link down below my inspiration for my YouTube channel name, BBRG. His name is Matthew Maher. He does different types of videos, but I just thought his name was cool. So I am linking his channel down below in almost every one of my videos, because he is a really good YouTuber too. You might not like his videos, but I love that type of stuff. Any review or any reactor, that's what I consider myself, a reactor. So I will link both of those channels down below, both Madrosed and MMG. They're both pretty funny. They're both relatively short length videos. They're about as long as my videos are, but theirs are edited. At least MMG's is. I don't know if Madrosed is. I don't think they are. But I will link those down below. My prediction for the nominations this week are Kimmy and Cliff. So tell me in the comments if you think that that's right, or tell me in the comments who you think Jack's gonna put up. I think he's gonna put up those two, because I think he's gonna put up Kimmy because he wanted Kimmy out last week. And I think Cliff because that's just an easy target, or an easy pawn next to Kimmy. But if Sam wins wins POV next week, that might send Cliff off the block again. And then I don't know who Jack would put up after Cliff. Probably Jessica or Nicole. Somebody outside of his alliance. Oh, and I wanted to tell you guys, in my opinion, if I'm the house guests that are inside the house playing for the $500,000, I would put, and if I was inside of the Grateful Alliance, I would evict one of my teammates or one of my alliance members, because usually it's not this case. I don't think it's the case this year, but usually they have the competition to get back in the house. It's usually a physical competition. At least in years past it has. This year it's going to be a vote. So actually that would be cool. In my opinion, they should vote out Jack or Jackson, Jack or Mickey, in week 4 or week 3, which is vote 4. So, but in order for that to happen, either Jackson or Mickey can't win next week's HOH because he's not going to put up his final 2, which is Jack. So, Sunday is the is the nomination ceremony and the Whacktivity competition. They're gonna be doing it Sunday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. So there's 4 episodes coming out next week. That means there's gonna be 4 videos out next week on Monday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. So at about, I don't know when I do the videos now. It's kind of all over the place. It's right now when I'm filming is 10:20. So I'll probably be up at like 10:30, 10:45 Eastern Standard Time. But last video was up at like 9:45. So the times vary. I'm kind of bad at YouTubing, but let me know down in the comments how good I'm doing at being a YouTuber. I'm trying really hard to be a YouTuber. Staring at a screen for this long, staring at a camera for this long is kind of awkward for me. Since you probably noticed that I'm fidgeting, I'm turning my chair right now. I'm moving my hands a lot, so it's just really uncomfortable for me, and I need to see that my videos are good, so for me to be more confident. So if you want the content to be better, let me know down in the comments. If you liked this video, give it a thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, turn on post notifications so that you never, ever forget to watch a video on this channel, because this is the best channel ever, because it's my channel. That was a dumb smile. So yeah, I will see you guys on Monday. And that will be it. Peace.